The adductor canal, aka the subsartorial canal, is basically an intermuscular passage through which nerves and vessels pass through the thigh. Now, where is this canal found? Well, it's found here, in the middle third of the front of the thigh. Now, for the extent, where does it end and where does it start? Well, here we have the femoral triangle. If you guys remember, femoral triangle is bounded by the sartorius muscle, the adductor longus muscle, and the inguinal ligament. An easy way to remember this is using the mnemonic SAIL, S for sartorius, A for adductor longus, and I for inguinal ligament. Now, why am I telling you about the femoral triangle? Well, it's because the adductor canal usually starts at the apex, which is here, at the apex of the femoral triangle. And where does it end? Well, it ends here, in this opening called the adductor hiatus. Now, hiatus also means opening, so this adductor hiatus is formed by an opening between the adductor and the hamstring portion of the adductor magnus muscle. Now moving on to the boundaries. What are the boundaries of this canal? Well, if you go here posteriorly, what would you find? You'd find these two muscles. So the posterior wall, or the floor of this canal, is made up of these two muscles, the adductor longus and the adductor magnus. What about here and laterally? What would you find? You would find this muscle called the vastus medialis, and so the anterolateral wall of this canal is made up of only one muscle, which is the vastus medialis. What about the roof? It's found here, and it's formed by the sartorius muscle. Now, a way you can remember that the sartorius muscle is the roof of this canal is that another name for the adductor canal is the subsartorial canal, which means below the sartorius. And so the sartorius is the roof. Now for the contents. As you can see here, we have the femoral nerve. It gives off many branches to supply the muscles of the anterior compartment of the thigh. But what we care about here are these two muscles, the saphenous nerve and the nerve to vastus medialis. Now, if you can see here, it actually passes along this muscle in order to supply it. So the first nerve to pass through the adductor canal, the nerve to vastus medialis. What about the second one that we care about here? Well, it's the saphenous nerve. The saphenous nerve passes through the adductor canal, but it doesn't really pass through the adductor hiatus. No, it goes medially, and it's a cutaneous nerve that supplies the medial side of the leg, the foot, and the ankle. Now, after that, we move on to the vessels. We have both a femoral artery and a femoral vein that passes through this canal. Now, an easy way to remember this, the contents of this canal, is using this mnemonic, which is never mind, sulfas available. Never mind stands for nerve to vastus medialis. Sulfas, it stands for saphenous nerve, and available stands for femoral artery and femoral vein.